Um, what's going on, guys? It's that ganglion guy. We're back with another video. We're going to be talking about the submandibular gland pathway associated with cranial nerve number 7, facial nerve. Just kidding, guys. We're going to get into it. This is going to be a great video. We're going to be discussing the cranial nerve number 7, facial nerve. Let's get into it. So as we all know, what we discussed in previous videos is that the facial nerve will be emerging out of this superior salivatory nucleus. Right? So it'll be coming from here. All right, let's get our orange out, indicating the nerve. So it'll be coming here. It'll go along, and we already know this pathway, guys. This is kind of the same setup, but instead of a deep petrosal nerve, we'll be talking about something else. It's going to come down here. It's going to enter the IM, because he is going in, right? Internal acoustic meatus. So facial nerve is going to be entering here. It's going to kind of go down, and, obviously you're going to have the deep petrosal nerve coming out. You're going to have some other ones. And then the one that we want is the chorda tympani nerve, right? So it's going to come over here. Let me label that real quick for you guys. Got chorda tympani nerve, right? So that chorda tympani nerve is going to come out the facial, and then what's going to happen is it's going to enter a fissure. Do we all know what that fissure is called? Yes, we do, but maybe I don't. No, okay, I got you. It is called the pterygotympanic fissure, I think. No, petro. Why am I thinking Terry? Here we go. Petro. It's called the petrotympanic fissure. All right, so this is what's going to happen. Chorda tympani nerve is going to come across. It's going to enter the petrotympanic fissure. It's going to go all the way through, and then it is going to meet up with a very special nerve. Very special nerve, where we all know this pathway too, actually. We just did this one. So here's foramen ovale, right? Foramen ovale, right? Got a couple nerves coming through here. Got actually quite a few nerves coming through here. But the one that we're associated with is called none other than the lingual nerve. Let me write that here. Lingual nerve, right? So this is going to be coming out of foramen ovale. But what happens is chorda tympani needs to meet up with this lingual nerve, right? And here's the crazy part. It kind of loses its title. He's like, okay, I'm going to meet up with you, but then the lingual nerve's like, nah, if you're coming into my hood, we're gonna change your name, right? Because you're not gonna be red, you're gonna be blue, right? So he's gonna come through. He's gonna change his name from chorda tympani nerve to lingual nerve, and then these two will kind of come down. Remember, it looks like it's one nerve, but there's still two, but it just changes name, right? So they're gonna come down, and they are then going to synapse at a ganglion. This ganglion right here, draw it. This ganglion is going to be called the submandibular ganglion. Let me write that in right here. Submandibular ganglion. Now here's where words get a little confusing, so I'll break it down. So this is the submandibular ganglion, right, where they will then synapse. And actually, before I move on, the lingual nerve will be carrying, let me write that right here, because this is important. Lingual nerve will actually be carrying GSA fibers. Now, chorda tympani will be carrying the preganglionic parasympathetic fibers up until it gets to that submandibular ganglion, where, as we all know, what happens at a ganglion, right? It synapses. Right? It synapses, and then it will become, no, actually, it'll still stay preganglionic postsympathetic. Here's the crazy part. I think that, chorda tympani is also carrying, okay, one of them is carrying SVA. So you got SVA here, or I could be wrong, it could be either SVA on, on lingual nerve, but I'm pretty sure that if it's talking about taste, afferent visceral, I'm pretty sure that chorda tympani is carrying the SVA along with those preganglionic parasympathetic fibers. This one was like a harder pathway for me to understand. I don't know why. But yeah, it's going to come through that petrotympanic fissure. It's going to become the lingual nerve. It's going to synapse at the submandibular ganglion, which is, I think, the lingual nerve will, because the chorda tympani will still be carrying those preganglionic parasympathetics as it goes down past the submandibular ganglion. And here's the interesting thing. This is where it gets a little weird, because we've never really seen this before. The preganglionic parasympathetic fibers will kind of split in half. They'll split into like a 50-50. So these will come to, and let's put this in blue, will come to this submandibular ganglion. Submandibular ganglion. Or sorry, gland. My bad, not ganglion. Submandibular gland. The submandibular ganglion is over here. That's where they synapse. Submandibular gland is where half of, let's put it right here, 1/2 of the parasympathetic fibers, preganglionic parasympathetic fibers are going here, and then the other half are going to go to, put it right here, are going to go to this, what's called sublingual gland. Isn't that weird? Sublingual gland, right? And then the lingual nerve will obviously continue, and then beyond this point right here, so half here, so we'll put 1/2. 1/2 of the preganglionic parasympathetics went to the sublingual, the other half went to the submandibular, and then it just continues. There's no more preganglionic parasympathetics anymore. No more. Instead, it's just going to be SVA fibers going to here. Look, I got a little pink here. It's going to be no preganglionic parasympathetic. It's going to be just SVA fibers that are going to come to the tongue, or anterior 2/3 of the tongue. Let's write that in because that's important. Can't stress that enough. Anterior 2/3 of the tongue, where it will finish and it will give our afferent, visceral, somatic innervation. And that's about it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really like this journey with you guys. Unfortunately, I will not be posting on YouTube anymore. Actually, the only person that will be watching this is probably Dr. Hopper anyway. But, I gave it a shot. I tried being a YouTuber. So, thank you so much for watching, Dr. Hopper. I hope to at least get a 70% on this exam. I'm aiming for 100, but we'll see what happens. Yeah. See you guys later. End this thing.